We all know Steve Jobs was a visionary, but what if I told you he perfectly described the AI we're using today, back in the 1980s? It's not just a vague prediction, it's so accurate, it's almost spooky. Watch this.
Do you know who Alexander the Great's tutor was for about 14 years? You know, Aristotle. And I read this, I became immensely jealous. And I think I would have enjoyed that a great deal. And through the miracle of the printed page, I can at least read what Aristotle wrote without an intermediary. And maybe if there's a professor, they can add to that, but at least I can go directly to the source material. And that is, of course, the foundation upon which our Western civilization is built. But I can't ask Aristotle a question. I mean, I can, but I won't get an answer. And so my hope is that in our lifetimes, we can make a tool of a new kind, of an interactive kind. And so my hope is someday, when the next Aristotle is alive, we can capture the underlying worldview of that Aristotle in a computer. And someday, some student will be able to not only read the words Aristotle wrote, but ask Aristotle a question and get an answer. And that's what I hope that we can do.
When I was going to school, I had a few great teachers and a lot of mediocre teachers. And the thing that probably kept me out of jail was books, because I could go read what Aristotle wrote or what Plato wrote, and I didn't have to have an intermediary in the way. And a book was a phenomenal thing. It got right from the source to the destination without anything in the middle. The problem was you can't ask Aristotle a question. And I think as we look towards the next 50 to 100 years, if we really can come up with these machines that can capture an underlying spirit or an underlying set of principles or an underlying way of looking at the world, then when the next Aristotle comes around, maybe if he carries around one of these machines with him his whole life, his or her whole life, and types in all this stuff, then maybe someday after the person's dead and gone, we can ask this machine, hey, what would Aristotle have said? What about this? And maybe we won't get the right answer, but maybe we will. And that's really exciting to me. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing. So what do you want to talk about?
Incredible, right? He's not just talking about a better search engine. He's talking about capturing the very essence, the spirit of human thought. What's even crazier is that one of today's top AI minds describes modern large language models in the exact same way.
The way I like to think about LLMs is that they're kind of like people spirits. They are stochastic simulations of people. And the simulator in this case happens to be an autoregressive transformer. So a transformer is a neural net. And it just kind of like goes on the level of tokens. It goes chunk, 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 chunk. And there's an almost equal amount of compute for every single chunk. This simulator, of course, is basically there's some weights involved, and we fit it to all of text that we have on the internet and so on. And you end up with this kind of a simulator. And because it is trained on humans, it's got this emergent psychology that is human-like.
From a conceptual hope to a technical reality, Steve Jobs saw the destination decades before anyone else had the map. It's a testament to the fact that true vision isn't about knowing how to code. It's about understanding what technology is for.